It's Saturday, June 13th, 2021. This is All About Your Benjamins and your weekly mixtape, and I am so excited to have a guest here with me today. Silas, can you tell everybody hi?
Hi.
Hi. Are you excited to do this?
No.
No? Okay, well then we'll get through it pretty quickly. And as you can see down below, not a lot of headlines, so let's get to the headlines that may or may not be impacting your financial plan and portfolio. And we'll start off with consumer prices, inflation. That's something we've talked about for a very long time, about the Federal Reserve watching interest rates and watching inflation to see what they're going to do with interest rates. And we're seeing that the prices year over year are increasing, which that is normal, but it's at a little bit of a higher rate. I believe it's 5% is what they saw most consumer prices going up. So that is something that'll be watched. A lot of talk right now about inflation and what does that mean to the stock market, all those types of things. So prices are going up, which I'm sure you are aware of as you go out and spend. But that is something to pay attention to. Then we're going to go back to some employment, but not the usual employment numbers as far as unemployment claims and job hires, but an article in here about people are quitting jobs at a very fast rate, meaning they're finding opportunities elsewhere to move up in their jobs and their careers. So that is a positive sign, but we've talked about in the past, there's still a lot of openings in the economy for new jobs and not enough people to fill those jobs. So some of these jobs that are being left to move up, they're not being able to replace those with other qualified people to step into those roles. But overall, it's a good sign to see people moving up in their careers, moving on to new jobs, and having that comfort of feeling like they can leave a job. That usually means they're having income go up if they're changing jobs. They feel secure in what they have saved. So it's a good situation. Most people don't leave jobs when they're not feeling confident about where they are. So that is a positive in my eyes. We're going to go to a change, talk about 401ks, and in particular, thanks to Coinbase Institutional partnering with some 401k companies, there will be the opportunity for some employees to contribute up to 5% of their 401k balance to Bitcoin. So obviously, with my newer role at OnRamp, and I've talked about cryptocurrencies and investing in Bitcoin and Ethereum over the last few years. This is something that I think is exciting. I think it's great to see people have choice, but you have other people on the other side of the spectrum that think this is not a good idea, that this is too risky for people. I think that putting it in there is a great option. I think it gives people choice. I think it's interesting that they cap it at 5%, and I know that's just really for the 401k companies and the employers to kind of protect themselves, so that they can say, okay, you can have access to this through your 401k, but it is still a very volatile, risky asset class. A lot of people don't know what they're doing with it, so they don't want to give them too much exposure for fear that that could come back to them, because as an employer, either them or the 401k company, one of the two is acting as a fiduciary for the employees, so they have to make sure that they are protecting people from making bad decisions, which I'm okay with. So just kind of exciting to see this cryptocurrency and crypto asset world continue to evolve and show up in a 401k, which is only natural. So doesn't mean it has to be something you participate in, but it is nice to see that as an option, and it just continues to show that crypto assets are not going to be going anywhere. They're going to be a part of us for the long term. Now, is it Bitcoin? Is it Ether? What's it going to be in the 401ks in the future? That could change and be yet to be seen. But nonetheless, the crypto asset space is finding its way into more and more people's homes, which will just make the adoption even larger over time, I think. And finally, we'll end with a kind of once in a lifetime for most people, and once in a never for most of us. Jeff Bezos is going to be going up in space on the first commercial ride for his company, and there was an auction, and I believe it was I saw two numbers. To be honest with you, I was just headlines and real quick synopsis, so I didn't go deep dive because it's not really that important to what it is that I do, but I thought it was interesting that the seat was for $28 million, or $30 million was the other number that I saw, to go up into space with Jeff Bezos. Would you go up in space? No? Do you know where space is? Where the stars are? You wouldn't fly into space for $28 million?
No.
No? Okay. All right. So that is it for this week. Super light, nothing major. Hope you are enjoying your summer. It's finally getting beautiful here in Indiana. We spent the day yesterday at the final soccer tournament. Well, today's the last day for Leo. We'll be going back there. So the weather's been great. We've been having a good time. Hope you're having a good time as well. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check out the mixtape down below. We'll be back next week with the headlines from this upcoming week. Silas, will you be with us next week? Oh, he's going to be shy. All right. We'll come back and say bye to everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next week. Like, subscribe, all those good things. And have a great week. We'll see you in the next episode. So, bye.
Bye.